anyway, so new review for you guys there to the upcoming Escape Room sequel, Escape Room Tournament of Champions. I actually had quite a bit of fun with the very first Escape Room. I thought it was pretty underrated. I was intrigued by where the story was going to go if we got a sequel, so thankfully we actually do have a sequel now. Tournament of Champions follows Zoe and Ben still hot on the trail of Minos as they find themselves once again locked in a series of escape rooms, but this time they must work together with other previous escape room survivors to escape. When making a sequel, you always want to raise the stakes, and I think they definitely do their best to try that here in Tournament of Champions. I do think we lost a little bit of that mystery and intrigue that we had in that first film when it comes to who's running the show now that we know, but I do think as far as the actual escape rooms go in Tournament of Champions, those were an absolute blast. Each and every one of the escape rooms in this film is larger, crazier, and much more complex. Production design all around is fantastic. It's one of my favorite things about both this and the first escape room. Making all the different traps harder and much more complex is fitting, as you do want to raise the difficulty here because everyone that's in this film has survived these traps before, so you really want to up the stakes there. I really do wish though that the escape room films were rated R. I think they are kind of held back a bit because they are PG-13, so they can't really go all out when it comes to the crazy, gory, bloody violence you would expect from traps like these. But it is probably because I kind of equate these two kind of similar in the Saw category when it comes to the traps, so this is almost like a PG-13 kind of Saw. The whole concept of bringing together all these different survivors from previous escape rooms is a fun one because it kind of expands the world out a bit so we can see that other people survived other than Zoe and Ben. I do think that it reminds me a bit too much of Hunger Games Catching Fire. I'll probably be the only one that makes that correlation just because it is the best of the best in this game. I just wish that the overall cast of characters was a little bit better. They're not as fun or interesting as we had in the first escape room. They're really not given too much when it comes to development. We don't even really get too much when it comes to their backstory outside of one or two lines of dialogue, like one's an influencer, one of them can't feel pain, one of them was a priest. One of the people in this film don't even get a name before they end up dying, so I don't even think they're actually credited as anyone in the actual credits. Other than that, we really don't know too much about them even as the story is explored more. Some of these people with the decisions that they make, I honestly don't even know how they made it out of their own respective escape rooms, let alone in this one. Taylor Russell though is fantastic. She really is kind of like the linchpin that keeps both of these escape rooms interesting as she's solving all of the different things in the escape rooms and kind of keeping a lot of these characters afloat throughout the runtime. I don't know if this was intentional or not to almost make it feel like I was in the escape room with all these characters, but the pacing of this film is just way too fast. I mean, it is just going from one escape room to another. There's almost absolutely no downtime or room to breathe with these characters or learn more about them because they're always in life or death situations. And because of that, I do think that the plot does suffer because there really isn't too much story outside of once they get into the escape rooms, it's kind of just that till the very end. Just like with the first film, I don't know what's with these escape room films, but these third acts, I'm just not a big fan of these third acts. And the way that they try to do these different twists to try and set up a sequel, I think it was a little bit worse almost than the first escape room's third act just because of the way that it's structured and the stuff that was revealed. Of course, I'm not going to go into it because it's spoilers, but yeah, it wasn't my favorite aspect, but of course it does leave room for a sequel, so it seems like we're at least going to get an escape room trilogy with the way that the story is being built up. But yeah, overall, Escape Room Tournament of Champions, it does have a lot of fun stuff going for it, especially if you're a big fan of the escape room aspects of the first film. I do think that overall the first film is stronger than Tournament of Champions, but it doesn't mean you can't have a lot of fun with this sequel. Much like the first escape room, this is definitely something you can kind of turn your brain off and just have a fun time with. It's short, it is very fast paced as I mentioned, but I think that you'll have a good time with it if you like the first one especially. I'm personally totally down if they want to make a third film. I think it does have a lot of potential as a franchise, these escape room films. So let me know in the comments down below, what did you think of Escape Room Tournament of the Champions once you get a chance to check it out? Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think of the different twists and turns and all the different escape rooms? Because that's the stuff I'm curious about here, what your thoughts are about it. Thank you as always for checking out my reviews. I really do appreciate it. Make sure to like on the video. But thank you as always for checking out my videos. I really do appreciate it. Make sure to like and subscribe button. We'll keep getting reviews, reactions, unboxings, and more on the channel. But next time, I'll see you guys later.